less tonight. I would say we started in a very good way, 11 against 10, and we scored 1-0. But in such moments, there could be an equalizer, and that can be really decisive when it comes to the passes. You don't know if you still have superiority. We've conceded a corner, we took a woodwork, and then maybe they were a little bit rushed, the players. They made some mistakes they could have avoided. And then in the box, I think they needed some more finishing. And there was the goal was dismissed. As you know, it was offside, and there was a second one. I think it's Mael, who, according to opposition, well, okay, this is the way it is. And then time went by, and we thought that they were getting, tired, wear and tear. We were thinking of wear and tear, but the German team was heroic. The goalkeeper made amazing saves, and then it was, a draw until to the extra time. Anthony, please. Hello, Laurent, Anthony, RMC. How do you explain that the face of such team couldn't reverse things, couldn't modify the pace with some technicity fails? Before you were much stronger. I am not sure that it comes to the strong character or not. The German team is a third ranking when it comes to FIFA. They are players of quality. They put a line of four that was very hard to get through. They made a lot of efforts. They put a lot of impact. And they really hurt us, for quite a lot of dueling. And they stop us from making a difference, especially against the 1-1. We had two good interventions for the goals, but we were offside, unfortunately. We should have created more combined actions in the box. But there was no lack of accuracy, and that's because of the opponent that had a very good defense. Hello?
Tonight to find ways to create more chances against the German team?
I think German team defend very well in their half pitch. They didn't leave any spaces. It was really hard to find a solution between two lines. We tried to use the wides, but our passing were not enough with the speed of the ball. So they realized a really good game. Germany deserved the qualification because they defend very well in the half pitch, and also the goalkeeper made 2 or 3 saves. We were unlucky on the 2 beautiful action with 2 offside of our part. Football sometimes it's details, and we didn't spend too much time after leading the game 1-0. I think we're supposed to keep the ball and concede no counter-attack, and on one counter-attack they obtained a corner kick and they scored and came back 1-1. So after it was not easy because we were a little bit stressed to make the difference, to score the second goal, and Germany were really patient and defend very well.
Clément.
Bonsoir Laurent.
Laurent, I'm for RTL. I want to ask a question for the penalties, actually. 2 questions. First of all, throughout the match, how did you anticipate the penalties? Such players as Bridge had cramps and were tired. and you allowed some young players. It was not the case for Germany. And my second question was about it was a lottery because the French players didn't do very well. Thank you very much. Yeah, penalties. It's always very specific and peculiar. We missed 2 penalties. And then the Germans shot very well. The young German, Melowen shot very well. And there was a lot of tiredness during this extra time. And even before the extra time, Delphine had a pain in her thigh. Same for Elisa. So I made some substitutions when it comes to the match and not to the penalties. I needed it to bring fresh blood by the end of the game before penalties. And I knew that I had to substitute with Gridge, and she held on very well. And Alice replaced her. And also, unlike penalties that I saw between Sweden and England, where there was a lot of failures, I found that for France, Germany, there were a lot of success within the penalties. Unfortunately, Alice tried, but Berger stopped her. Charlotte? We always talk about this glass ceiling. Is it just? Is it fair to say that France has a psychological problem to cross milestones? Yes, you can say that because we didn't cross that milestone. So we will keep on working to break this milestone one day and to cross it. Again, it was with the penalties. We had this experience in quarterfinal against Australia. I don't think we have a psychological issue. We have opponents of quality. So therefore, at such level, it gets harder and harder, and it's really a stake in the details. And I think my team has progressed very much, evolved very much, and gave a lot of hope. This is why the disappointment is great today and the frustration is great. But Rome wasn't built in one day. So we continue to work really hard so that one day this team will get a trophy. Did you feel that your players became nervous during the game? Did you feel that the players were getting more and more nervous? Nervous? When you're 11 against 10, you think it's easier. Deep down, we thought, oh, we were 11 against 10. We thought it would be easier. However, the use of spaces and the pitch were well used by Germany. They were doing a low block. Germany did that very well. And they were leaving very little space in this line of 4. And sometimes with Brand speed, it was hard on the counterattacks. And at every recovery, the goalkeeper were playing very long passes. It was hard. This is part of the game. They broke the pace. They took some time. And all these details actually created some impatience from us. We wanted to score the second goal. We wanted to win. We wanted to make a difference before the penalties. And even until the end of the game, Melwin hit the woodwork. Well, I think they gave really 100% of themselves. They were full on. But Germany worked very well. The last 2 questions with Cyril and Clement. At the end of the game, we saw that you worked with Jean-Michel Aulas and Philippe Diallo. What did they say to you? They said that it was frustrating, it was annoying because they were also very excited to get qualified versus what we've done in the last few months. We were in a very difficult group and we came out of that with 9 points. So there was disappointment, there was sadness for the girls, yes, but also I was happy with the words of discouragement, and there were, good words at the end when it came to this group. It was a group that was getting better and better and bringing much hope for M6 RTL. You said that some players were tired, and today you wanted to put forward Grich and Mael. Do you regret that you made these choices and some choices because maybe some players didn't play less and maybe you didn't have the plans that you wanted to do because of these initial choices? I don't think that is because Gridge lacked some pace, was against us. Tonight she made a wonderful game, and so did Mael tonight. I would say that in our offense, usually we manage to create more chances, but tonight we were against a team that was very smart when it came to the defense and individual defense and collective defense with a very experienced goalkeeper, and therefore there was no panic from them. We wanted to get them to panic, but it didn't happen. Every time there was a duel, and therefore a German player would win it and they had a free kick, or sometimes the ball would go back, and therefore we were coming towards our side. Every time we had to go forward again, and there was some wear and tear, and this German team really defended very well. I remain satisfied, however, with the experience that the young player gain, like Tiniba, and they had the opportunities to play all the young players in the French team. And Gridge was operational from the beginning. But let's not go back on the past. We had beautiful games with the young players, and we need to remember this for the future.